Former nursing student is suing a local university, claiming it violated her rights under the Americans with Disabilities Act.
ABC4's Courtney Johns explains why the young woman says the school's policies need to change.
This is Daisy. Maria Thompson says she's a tool that helps her throughout the day, and she says Daisy is Joyce University's first student service team dog. But after months of trying to work with the university, she ended up getting expelled.
Daisy and Maria Thompson are a team.
Oh, you missed!
A multi-purpose service dog.
Oh, then.
Daisy helps her manage her postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, also known as POTS.
Your blood doesn't flow properly in your body, so when you change positions, like your vessels in your legs are supposed to be able to pump your blood upward, like it really doesn't. So then your brain thinks that you're not getting enough blood.
She says they have come a long way in school, going with her to clinicals as she works to become a nurse. But in February, Daisy got sick and couldn't come with her. Then during clinicals, Maria says she had an unrelated POTS flare-up and asked her instructor if she could get credit for the hours she worked.
And then as they continued to tell me that I couldn't leave and told me if I left, I'd incur this absence, I started to cry.
Eventually, Maria says she was told she was okay to go home, but later learned she was marked absent.
They started bullying me pretty early.
Under the Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, schools are required to provide reasonable accommodations to people with disabilities, something Maria's attorneys pointed out in a demand letter in March of last year.
What a student would have the right to is essentially equal access to their non-disabled peers.
Nate Krippis with the Utah Disability Law Center wouldn't comment specifically on this case, but said what is defined as reasonable is fairly clear.
The key is that when it's going to be deemed not reasonable is when it amounts to an undue burden or a fundamental alteration.
Some examples could be a change that would cost the university a significant amount of money, or maybe a student not taking a required course. Maria's demand letter requested the school to excuse Maria's medical absences and provide exam extensions when needed.
By that point, I was pretty used to it. And while I was scared, I knew I still had to go.
A few days later, Daisy was sick again. Maria says she emailed the school asking to work a shorter shift because Daisy wouldn't be able to join her, which included a note from her medical provider.
I got a very vague response back that was kind of confusing.
Maria says when she showed up for clinicals, she was told she was a liability due to her past POTS episode and had to leave.
That was really devastating for me as well. I've worked so hard to try to get where I am.
2 days later, she received a dismissal letter that accused her of being argumentative and refusing to leave, something Maria denies.
I thought you got expelled for getting bad grades, not paying your tuition, doing things that were illegal.
It's been more than a year since Maria filed a lawsuit against Joyce University, claiming it violated her rights under the ADA, in part by not providing proper accommodations and retaliating against her when she asserted those rights.
I don't know what happens next, really. I feel like I'm just stuck and waiting.
Maria's lawsuit demands her reinstatement, accommodations, and coverage of legal fees and damages.
I was supposed to graduate in December of 2023. My whole cohort graduated without me.
While she hopes this lawsuit will provide lasting change, her one wish is something far more simple.
We will get to graduate.
We asked Maria why she didn't just try transferring. She says virtually none of the credits from this for-profit university will transfer to another college. And on top of that, she now has an expulsion on her record. We also reached out to the university, and they would not comment on pending litigation. Back to you.